Kyle Kuzma has exploded onto the NBA scene with his phenomenal performances in the Summer League and the NBA preseason. I cannot remember a player drafted so late in the first round, playing so well and generating so much hype in all my years of watching the NBA. Lakers fans and the media are understandably going crazy over Kuzma, and there have been talks of him starting at the power forward this season over Julius Randle and Larry Nance Jr. But there have also been talks slowly spreading about another prized Laker, Brandon Ingram. I have begun to hear talks of him potentially being a bust, and that the Lakers should consider trading him and going all in on Kuzma. This is ridiculous. The development of Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma isn't a one-winner race. Both players could pan out and form a devastating duo at the forward position for the Lakers. Trading Ingram would be selling pennies on the dollar. He is a number 2 pick with enormous potential who has only played 1 year, and there is no way the Lakers could get fair return on a trade with him. This video will cover the potential of both Kuzma and Ingram, the Lakers' future, and how well the two could play together. We are going to start by looking at exactly what has the entire NBA buzzing with excitement. Kyle Kuzma. His college stats were very good, averaging 16 points and 9 rebounds a game in his last year. But he was a third-year player, and there were concerns that he was a tweener and didn't have a true position on the court. But luckily for Kuzma, being a tweener is less and less of a problem in the modern NBA. Kuzma projects as a very good wing player who will get a lot of minutes at the 4 position, but can also play minutes at the 3. Although at this point in basketball, there is almost no difference between a small forward and a power forward in most NBA offenses. Some offenses, like the Davis and Boogie Cousins offense in New Orleans, still play a little bit of 3 out and 2 in on offense, but even they run most of their action with 4 guys on the wing and 1 guy out, with Cousins or Davis on the wing ready to spot up if they aren't the big man in the action. What this positionless basketball means for the Lakers is that they'll be playing with Lonzo Ball as their point guard, Lopez as their center, and then have 3 wings playing. Ingram and Kuzma can be 2 of those wings together. Kuzma has shown over the preseason and regular season that he can be a lights-out 3-point shooter. Over the Summer League and his first 4 preseason games, the Kuz shot a ridiculous 47.4% from 3-point land. This is an absolutely huge increase from 32.1% that he shot in his final year in college. However, it is unlikely that Kuzma will sustain his incredibly hot start. But even if he regresses a little bit, he'll still be shooting a fantastic percentage from 3 and providing the much needed spacing that a Lonzo Ball offense needs. And his fit with Lonzo Ball is another reason why this shock development is such a boon to this Lakers team. The Lakers are going to be a team built and based around Lonzo, as he is such a unique talent that you really need to build a team of athletic guys who can shoot and get in out in transition in order to maximize Ball's skills. Kuzma showed in Summer League that he had fantastic chemistry with Lonzo and knew where to run in transition to get the ball from Ball. He leaked out when his man shot the ball, and this allowed him to receive some of Lonzo's incredible touchdown passes for an easy dunk or layup. When this wasn't on, he filled the passing lanes well to create easy layups for himself or Lonzo, but he also showed veteran knowledge and high basketball IQ and knew when to eke out to the 3-point line to put the defender in a massive bind. And when he got the ball behind the 3-point line, it felt like it was going in, every single time. The talks of Kuzma starting at the 4 are incredibly justified. He simply fits the NBA far better than Randle or Larry Nance Jr. do in the modern era. Both of these guys are talented, Randle a little more so, but I think Nance will be a very solid role player for a long time for the Lakers. But both of their inability to shoot threes efficiently cost them when compared to Kuzma. To start the season, I doubt we see Luke Walton start Kuzma. I think he will start Randle in order to keep the locker room settled and happy, and then as the season progresses, he will start Kuzma if he has continued to produce at this incredible rate. This approach also allows the Lakers to see if Randle can pump up his trade value and for them to evaluate if they want to keep him around the team long term. But there is absolutely no need for them to trade or bench Ingram at this incredibly early stage. And I'll admit, Ingram did struggle early last season, only averaging 7.1 points on 33.6% shooting in December. But when March rolled around, he had improved a lot and managed to score 13.5 points a night on 51.7% shooting. This post-All-Star break play is when a lot of raw rookies show what they are really made of, and that they're really starting to get comfortable playing in the NBA. For Brandon to show this in his last few games of the season is of far greater weight and importance than the 3 poor preseason games he has played this year. If we get to the All-Star break this season and Ingram is still struggling mightily, then it might be cause for the Lakers to worry, but I highly doubt it will come to that. I highly doubt it because Ingram is one of those players with extremely high potential. Much higher potential than Kyle Kuzma or anyone else on the Lakers roster outside of Lonzo Ball. Ingram is 6'9", and there are rumours of him reaching 6'11" or even 7 foot this summer. And on top of this, he has incredibly long arms, and this insane length gives him the ability to get his shot off in difficult scenarios. On top of this, he has a very nice handle for a player his size and can run the pick and roll to get to the elbow for a nice jump shot or an easy drive. And Ingram also shot 40% from 3 in college, and whilst he regressed to 30% in his first NBA season, I think we can expect him to get to at least 35% from 3 at some point in his career, with the potential to get even higher. I'm talking like 38% and maybe even 40% at some point in his career. This shooting ability is what separates Ingram from other prospects. He can score all over the court, and this is something very necessary when you have a point guard like Lonzo. You simply need players that can score the basketball when your point guard is a pass-first point guard, and Ingram will put the ball into the basket at a great rate for the Lakers over at least the next 7 years if he isn't traded. Not only will he score, but Ingram can act as a secondary offensive playmaker, running pick and rolls, action out of the post, and making plays when the opposing defenses rotate off of him. These skills are really valuable, especially the ability to run a pick and roll, because Lonzo has not shown that he is a fantastic pick and roll ball handler yet, and the pick and roll is the main source of offense for NBA teams in the modern era. He also has the ability to use his length in the future to make a defensive impact. His extremely long arms allow him to get into passing lanes and block shots when many other players would be out of the picture. After the All-Star break, when Ingram had settled into the league a little bit, he averaged a steal a game and was making far more of a defensive impact. But he won't just get defensive stats, he will make an impact and has the ability to defend guys at the wing position, the most important defensive position in a league stacked with small forward stars such as LeBron James, Paul George, Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Durant, and the list just goes on and on. A lot of Brandon Ingram's value is in his potential, and it might be frustrating for Lakers fans to have to wait for it all to unfold. But if it does, it will all be worth it, and trading him now is simply ridiculous. There is no way any team would be willing to give enough value to the Lakers for the number 2 pick due to his early struggles. The Lakers should and will resist trading him for pennies on the dollar, and will instead invest in his future as a Laker. And the future is bright. I could see Kuzma and Ingram starting together in 2 years alongside Lonzo and 2 other players, ideally a defense and 3 shooting guard and a big man who is great defensively and on the pick and roll. The Lakers are incredibly exciting, and I cannot wait to see Kuzma in the regular season for the first time and to see if Ingram can step up in his second season and silence the critics. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more NBA videos in the future, and let me know what you think of the Lakers, Kyle Kuzma, and Brandon Ingram.